Hello and welcome back to another video. If you would like to know how I made this delicious recipe at home, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And so let's get started. Now, what I decided to do is make sure I get a little better with showing you the ingredients that I am using to create my recipes. If I missed anything, I will make sure I leave all of the information and all of the items that I am using in the description box below. So you want to make sure what I am working on right now is the sauce. It's good to have the sauce already done ahead of time, so that way as everything starts to cook, all you have to do is pour it in. And this sauce can be made with either chicken, beef, shrimp, whichever you prefer. Now right here I am using chicken bouillon. However, you can use beef bouillon. If you watch all the way to the end, you will see that I also added beef paste into the dish as well. I do cook with both because it does give certain dishes a certain flavor. But if you wanted to keep, if you know, for example, if this is a steak dish, a beef dish that you're cooking, and you want to just use all beef bouillon or beef paste, you can do so. But for this particular video, I did use chicken bouillon and I also used beef paste. So right there, I'm adding about 1/4 of a cup of water and about a tablespoon of flour. And at this time, you want to whisk the sauce until it is completely dissolved. You want it to have a consistency as what you see. And you just want to set that aside. So we're going to get started with the veggies. For the veggies, I am using tomatoes, cilantro, green onions, green pepper, red peppers, and you can chop them smaller if you like. I like to taste my peppers when I'm eating my dishes. However, and if you don't want to use the cilantro, you can substitute for parsley. I decided to use cilantro for this particular dish because I wanted more flavor. Now for my meat, I decided to go with a ribeye. So I chose ribeye as my choice of meat. You can use sirloin or whatever choice of meat, of beef that you like. And if you'll see, I chopped them or cut them up to really small pieces. You can cut them up even bigger if you're making more like a big pepper steak type of dish. As you can see, I use the tongs to show you the size that I'm using. However, you can chop them up, cut them up to the slices that you prefer. But this is the size that I decided to go with because the noodles that I'm using are pretty big. So as you can see, these are the noodles that I'm using. However, you can use a smaller pasta. I'm going to show you on the cutting board. As you can see, the size of the noodles. So as it boils, it got a little thicker. You can go with a smaller dish. So a smaller pasta, I'm sorry. So now we're going to start with a clean pot. Add a little bit of oil. And now we're going to drop the ribeye meat into the oil. Now you want to brown it, cook it slightly, but you don't want to cook it all the way. However, if you're one of those beef eaters where you like yours a little rare, go ahead and cook it to your own desire. All right, so this is about this is about where I want my meat to be. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the pot. All of that stuff you see in the pot, please discard it, throw it away. You don't need it. You want to start over with a completely fresh, clean, new pot with some new oil so we can continue. All right, so once your oil is hot, you're going to go ahead and add your veggies. Now, once you add all of your veggies, add everything except for the garlic and the cilantro. You don't want to add the garlic right now because the garlic will burn, because we're kind of softening the peppers. However, if you prefer your peppers a little more firm, you don't have to cook it for that long, but I prefer mine a little soft in between, so I'm going to make sure I just add the garlic at the end. I don't want my garlic to taste burnt, but I want it to give it flavor. So I'm just going to toss this up until it gets completely softened to my own desire. And that was just, I added just a little more oil. All right, so right here, as you can see what we spoke about earlier, I am going to add the beef flavor paste. I'm using about a tablespoon. You're just going to add the beef paste in the pot. And after you add the beef paste, you want to add a little water, depending on how many you're cooking for your family and for yourself. Just kind of eyeball it. I just kind of eyeballed it till it was completely dissolved. I wanted the flavor to be there, but I didn't want it to be so watery that I didn't get that beef flavor as well. So you want to eyeball this stuff. And if you want, you can taste the veggies with the beef paste and see if you like the taste. So right now I'm adding the garlic. And I am going to stir that into the veggies with the beef paste flavor. So now I am going to add the noodles. As I told you at the beginning, as you cook the noodles that I chose, it kind of expands even bigger than what you saw in the plastic bag. So right now I am adding the sauce, and you can add as much sauce as you want. You kind of want to eyeball it. I'm also adding the steak that I cooked. All right, and I'm just going to add a little bit of sesame oil. I'm just going to eyeball it. And that's it. And now I'm going to add the cilantro. And at this point, you want to toss everything together. Just toss, toss, and toss. You can add more sauce if you want to. Give it a taste if it's to your liking, what you need to add or subtract. I pretty much stay away from salt and pepper when I'm doing this because the soy sauce and everything. But we are done. It is finished. And if you got to the end, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, you have a blessed one. See you next time.